Welcome back, everyone, to U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. We're in the fourth quarter now as we rejoin the action. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And the return will stop right around the 25. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. They go again with Davis. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal. Let's go.
And now out comes Minnesota. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is fielded at the 27.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Davis. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it again here with Davis. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 4-yard pickup on the play.
A first down carry for Davis. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Robbins. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
13 yards. First down, Chicago.
On first down, it's Davis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the 44-yard line.
Again, it's Davis. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run on first down. Davis. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, Davis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. McIntosh. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Davis will try to run for it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Here we go.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Here's Davis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for our visitors, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.